What's up, fam? Welcome to Monday Musings with Kissa, where I share what the heck happened last week, what's going on this week, and a story time, not in that particular order. This is the video companion to my Substack newsletter that I send out on Thursdays. So if you're not already subscribed, there's a button somewhere here where you could do so, and content as of this recording is currently free. Last week, let's get into it. I'd say the highlight of last week was going to the Kid Space Museum in Pasadena with the kids. What we've been doing, if you're new here, is over the summer, the kids are going to school/camp, and one day a week, every week, we're going to be taking them somewhere different. So week 1, we took them to the park. Week 2, we took them to Kid Space Museum. And then week 3, stay tuned, I'll let you know where we're headed this week. But that is something that Charlie and I wanted to start implementing just to make some special memories this summer. Last summer, it was us just working and doing all kinds of things. And this year we wanted to just kind of like make the summer a little bit memorable because we're not going on any big trips. Last year we went to Cabo, so we worked really hard leading up to Cabo, and then the last week of summer we took a 1-week vacation there, and it was such a good time. But this year we're not doing that. Vacuum robot. So this is our pseudo staycation. We're gonna go somewhere different every single week. Doesn't have to cost a ton of money or anything like that. It's just us spending time together as a family, exploring a new place, making memories together, and that's really all that's important to us. That was the highlight of last week. It was also 4th of July weekend, so we spent time with friends. We also had a pool day with family, so we spent the 4th of July at the pool, enjoying our time and spending some quality time with family. And then we actually ended up getting a little sick. So Sunday was us kind of recovering, and here we are. It's Monday, it's a new week. But I did also want to mention on the work side, we had somewhat of an uneventful week. We've been in the process of securing some funding, so we've been focused on that. And then we are coming off the coattails of Amazon Prime Day. So our focus last week was just to get our bearings from Prime Day, see how much inventory we have, and we are planning a production run this coming week. Speaking of this week, here's the plan. So our outing for this week is going to be Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach, which we're so excited for because we have never been. And so we're going to go check it out. Charlie's family lives in that area as well. So we're going to spend the day down in the South Bay area. And then that'll be on Tuesday. Aside from that, we're going to be we're taking more meetings for funding. We also have an opportunity to be part of a pitch slam. So we applied for that, and we're going to find out the results this week to see if we're going to be accepted. We found out about it late, so if it doesn't happen, totally fine. But that is what we're working on as far as work goes, on top of production for Amazon. And then another thing that I kind of just want to get the ball rolling on is just planning out the rest of our summer, not for personal reasons, but for business reasons. So just figuring out what our production schedule is going to look like, what our pop-up schedule is going to look like, and all the things that we've kind of said that we wanted to do over the summer. Plan it out and figure out what's feasible. Are we going to do all the projects? Are we going to select only a few? And then really hone in on getting those things done over the rest of the summer. July is the start of the second half of the year. We closed out Q2 as well. So it feels almost like somewhat of a refresh, a new beginning, just to reset and start making momentum toward the end of the year. Because as a business that focuses on retail, we're already thinking about the holidays. And I know that sounds weird if you're not in that world, but we have to start thinking about it because we have to start planning production. We have to think about supply. We have to think about all of those logistical things to make sure that we are ready and set for the busiest season of the year. And it's got to take some time. Start planning ahead, start doing all those things. So that is what we're working on. How am I feeling? I feel pretty hopeful. I feel pretty good. It's stressful. I'm not going to lie. There's so many things to be stressed about, but also at the same time, I see so much potential. I see so many things that are on the horizon that are just kind of in waiting mode, either when it comes to waiting for the right time or waiting for other people to get back to us. It's just a lot of things, a lot of moving parts that have some really exciting things attached to it. So that's what we're focusing on. Oh, I forgot. Okay, this is a huge reflection of the type of person I am, but I also forgot this week is my birthday. On Friday, I'm going to be turning 41, and I mean, I'm not doing anything special, or I'm not like doing anything in particular. I'm not having a party or anything like that, but it is my birthday week. So happy birthday to me. All right. So for this week's story time, I think I'm just going to share about where I am as far as the work-life balance idea of being an entrepreneur and being a mom, and how I'm trying to navigate that work-life balance. I really don't ever think it's a 50-50 thing. It's, I think there's this misconception about work-life balance having to be half and half. And as an entrepreneur and as a mom, I really don't think that's feasible, at least for me, because there are seasons where I have to lean into work. I have to lean into the business and really focus on that, and lean on my village, grandparents, aunties, uncles, godparents, for the kids and the family life, so that I can focus on work. And then there are moments where there is a lull in business, or we're just kind of coasting for the moment, and I can be fully present and take my kids to swim and all the activities and all of those things. And then there's the in-between where it's a little bit of both, you know? So there's always this fluctuation of like this roller coaster of what season we're in and things like that. But something that I've learned and I've taken away now, being a parent entrepreneur for 6 years, going on 7 years now, is like, I need to be better at being more realistic of what I can take on, whether that's on the parent side or on the work side. I can't be 100% in both aspects. Something's got to give, and I mean that in the best way possible, not in any negative way, but using this summer as an example is really part of the reason I'm taking that away, because over the summer, like I said, Charlie and I have agreed that we really want to enjoy our summer with the kids, but we still have to work. So one thing that we want to do is take the kids somewhere once a week, and that means we're taking the day off. And one thing that I realized is, in the past, maybe I would have tried to, work later at night or work earlier in the morning to make up for whatever I miss. But the truth is, that rarely ever happens for me, because I am doing a lot. I think the shift is going from the dialogue in my head of you're not doing enough on either side. You're not doing enough work. You're not checking off enough boxes. You're not being present for your kids enough. You're not doing this or that. That narrative is shifting for me, and it's shifting from that negative mindset to, you're starting to learn what your capacity is. It's good enough, but you've got to work within that capacity. So if I'm taking the day off, if Charlie and I are taking the day off to take the kids on an outing for the day, then I'm truly taking the day off. I'm not going to work when I get home. I'm not going to wake up earlier. I'm taking that day off, and I'm going to plan the rest of my week according to that. And that's where I'm really seeing the idea of work-life balance happening, of knowing that I have to say no to some things so that I can say yes to the things that I really want to do. I don't have to say yes to everything. And that's something that I'm so used to doing. I have FOMO. I always have this fear of missing out, or I have this fear of not making enough progress. And I always tend to think that if all the boxes are not checked, then there's something wrong with me. And that's not true. So, working on this narrative of proper work life balance is something that I'm really taking away from this summer, and knowing that if I want to be present for my kids, I don't have to burn the midnight oil to keep the business going. It's still going, Kissa. Don't worry. It's going to be okay. So that is just kind of what I want to reiterate to you as well. You don't need to work yourself into the ground if you want to take a day off. You deserve it. You should take it, because you're going to work hard regardless. This is something that's important to you. So don't worry about it. Just make sure you stay aligned to what is important to you right now. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch or listen. With all the things that you can consume nowadays, I'm so thankful that you chose me. For the full Monday Musings experience, subscribe to the Substack at justkissa.substack.com. And until next time, know that you are a blessing, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Bye, friends.